of importance the last few times we've met. Obviously the last league match to win the championship, and a couple of years ago in the Littlewoods Cup. So all the big important games that Arsenal's played in probably recent years have been against Liverpool.
Good afternoon, everybody. It was jolly cold out at the Pierhead this morning, I can tell you. It's dropped a few degrees since then, so you're right better off where you are. At home, turn up the fire, relax, and enjoy what should be the main event of the season so far. Arsenal, then the league leaders, back at the scene of their championship triumph 6 months ago, but they'll have to surrender that position if Liverpool win. It really is as straightforward as that. And here are Liverpool, winners on the match last week. Arsenal already out, and Liverpool have only won when they've been on the match in recent weeks. Ron Atkinson is our studio guest this afternoon. Ron Atkinson, Liverpool and Arsenal, are they the cream of English football?
I think it would be a very brave man to back against either of them to finish up with the championship this year. In a nutshell, yes, they are the two best at the moment.
Now, I've been calling this the main event. Is John Barnes the main attraction in English football at the moment?
I think at the moment he's the player everybody wants to see, particularly if last week's display is anything to go by. He looked a complete player, expressing himself and playing to the full limit of his talents. I mean,
I'm glad you mentioned that, Ron, the goal last week, because it was down the middle where everyone says he should play for England now. That's, you know, the popular thing at the moment, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, here it is coming up now. He's taken it, he's got free space, he's attacked the two defenders, terrific vision for when he's seen the keeper off the line and chipped him. But I've always felt that Barnes playing in an unrestricted role. He doesn't have, when he plays sometimes on the left-hand side for England, he has to stay wide. People can pick him up, people can mark him. Whereas when he floats about, maybe a bit like Bobby Charlton used to do for England. I think that suits him perfectly, that role.
Nice comparison, that, Ron. In fact, Peter Beardsley on Friday, was comparing it with Maradona. Anyway, that's all from us for now. We'll speak again at half-time, Ron. Let's join Brian Moore.
Good afternoon, everybody. My co-commentator is Jimmy Greaves this afternoon. Welcome to you, Jim.
Thank you very much, Brian. As you know, I'm here as sub because Ron had a dodgy absence after having a go at his defence last night. But there you are.
Well, it's good to have you with us, Jim. Our first job of the afternoon is to pick up the two teams. Liverpool with Bruce Grobbelaar in goal. Glenn Hussein, number 2. Number 3 is Steve Staunton. 4 is David Burrows. 5, Ronnie Whelan. 6, Alan Hansen. 7, Barry Venison. 8, Ray Houghton. 9, Ian Rush. 10, John Barnes, and 11, Steve McMahon. A side that's still without Peter Beardsley, who's one of the two substitutes. How are Liverpool going to play? Well, getting that sort of information out of Kenny Dalglish really is like getting blood out of a stone. But you can assume that John Barnes will play as a front partner with Ian Rush. Arsenal, meantime, let's look at their side with John Lukic in goal. Number 2 is Lee Dixon. 3, Nigel Winterburn. 4, Michael Thomas, scorer of that goal that clinched the title last May. 5, David O'Leary. 6, Tony Adams. 7, David Rocastle. 8, Kevin Richardson. 9, Alan Smith. 10 is Niall Quinn. And 11, Perry Groves in place of Brian Marwood, who's missing because of a family bereavement. Arsenal play, of course, with those two 6-footers up front, Alan Smith and Niall Quinn, putting to the test that theory that Liverpool are sometimes vulnerable when things come at them in the air at the back. The two subs for both sides, for Liverpool, Peter Beardsley and Jan Molby, and for Arsenal, Martin Hayes and Siggy Johnson. Liverpool will get the game underway. It's ready for the first blast of the whistle from Michael Peck, who's a deputy headmaster at Queen Catherine's School up in Kendal in Cumbria. And away we go. Liverpool, no doubt, looking for revenge for the events of last May, although I suppose it's fair to say that whatever happens, they'll never really quite erase the memory of that historic night. And Arsenal snatched the championship from them. Here's Tony Adams, the Arsenal captain. And one of the imponderables, of course, so far as Arsenal are concerned, is going to be their attitude after that shattering defeat at Oldham in midweek in the Littlewoods Cup. George Graham saying that was a totally unacceptable performance by an Arsenal side. And they certainly need to put in an acceptable performance to have any chance of beating Liverpool today. Rocastle, Quinn. There's O'Leary. Oh, a total miskick by O'Leary. Rush has pounced on it. Houghton is through the middle. And a great chance for Liverpool! Against the post! Arsenal are saved after the mistake by O'Leary. And a great break by Rush and by Houghton. What an amazing break and an amazing escape for Arsenal. Jimmy Greaves?
Well, actually, Ray Houghton should have scored there. I know it's easy to criticise a player so early on in the game in the first minute when you're not fully warmed up and things are not going for you, but great ball in by Ian Rush. He's looked up, he's done all the right things. I think he'd be disappointed if he didn't score.
And they're bringing on Roy Evans to have a look at Barry Venison. And we think it was a clash of heads. We may be able to show you that clash of heads. There goes Venison jumping for it. Well, with Glenn Hussein, in fact, his own teammate. The score still 0-0, but Liverpool have had that one incredible attack. Rush and Houghton between them combining superbly, Houghton hitting the Arsenal post. Well, let's have a look at that Ray Houghton shot against the post from the other side of the field this time. There's the missed kick by David O'Leary, and look how quickly Ian Rush has pounced on it. Also look how quickly Ray Houghton is in position here. Takes it on against the post, and Arsenal breathe again. And Venison is obviously in a bad way and is coming off. It's what I imagine they're trying to do. Ronnie Moran has run on the pitch there, the doctor too. I think they probably were trying somehow to hold him up and keep him on if they possibly could. But he clearly is slightly concussed, I imagine, and Liverpool presumably will decide whether or not they bring a substitute on or whether they try to get Venison fit again. And it looks as though Peter Beardsley is coming on. I was quoted in one newspaper this morning saying if I didn't get picked today, I would seriously have to think about my long-term future at Liverpool. Nice piece of skill there by Quinn. Thomas gets it out towards Rocastle. He's deceived Staunton, played the cross in, Grobbelaar down as both Groves and Smith went in.
Good piece of football that by Rocastle, who is looking quite dangerous for Arsenal at the moment.
Here's Steve McMahon. Houghton to Burrows. McMahon. McMahon again. Flip to Hansen. Arsenal doing a lot of work through that midfield though, making it hard. There's Thomas trying to close down Barnes. McMahon again. This time finding Whelan. Applause from around Anfield for that. Some good, cool play there by Liverpool. But the ball to Beardsley goes beyond him, and it'll be a throw to Arsenal. Sides have already met 3 times this season. The Charity Shield, where Liverpool won 1-0, and in the Nikita Trophy, the pre-season at Wembley, when Arsenal won by a goal to 0. And then when it really got down to the business, Arsenal, of course, have knocked Liverpool out of the Littlewoods Cup this season with that late goal from Alan Smith. But here's Rush now for Liverpool. It's a bit strong there by Adams on Rush. And the Arsenal captain is going to get a yellow card. I don't know what it's got to do with Perry Groves.
No, Groves should stay out of it. And Adams, it's got to be said, has deserved this yellow card for plain stupidity, really. It's his second clumsy challenge in an area where it's been totally unnecessary.
So yellow card and a free kick to Liverpool. Rush waiting in the middle, Barnes in there, Hussein's come up from the back. And in fact, it reached the head of Hussein and went behind for the goalkeeper. Captain of the Swedish international side. over 60 caps for his country, and some blood coming from a wound, presumably the clash of heads with Barry Venison. At the moment, it's Arsenal in possession. Richardson. It's a lovely ball played to Quinn. In turn, tried to get Perry Groves in. Rocastle's after this one, but it was Hussein who got it as far as Michael Thomas. And now Dixon, who's not a bad crosser of the ball, and hit by Quinn straight into the chest of Grobbelaar. His first appearance for Arsenal against Liverpool back in 1985, and scored that day as well. He's got some blood on his head as well. It's a veritable battlefield out there this afternoon. At the moment, it's Beardsley. Oh, he's got past O'Leary. He's trying to get Barnes in onto that left foot and chip across there. And the copper claiming it was a handball by Dixon, and the referee has given a penalty. Dixon unsure about it, but the cop, I must say, reacted instantly. The referee, I think, probably looked at the linesman as well. Here's Barnes, and we may get a better view from this reverse angle shot here. It came off his hand, but Dixon would probably say it was accidental, and there was no intention meant, but referee Peck has given the penalty to Liverpool. Barnes will take it. And saved! Tries to get in again, and this time it was hooked behind, fittingly by Dixon for the corner.
I think, with respect, Brian, that was fair justice. It was a very unfortunate penalty. It was one-handed, the penalty, and it was a great one-handed save. Justice all round.
But here's Houghton. So Liverpool still coming forward towards Hussein, just wide of the post. Barnes, who scored 3 times from the spot this season. And Lukic, it was a splendid piece of goalkeeping by John Lukic, flinging himself to the right there.
Certainly was a great save.
Possibly moving a little bit before the kick was taken.
Brian, you've got to move a bit before the kick's taken, otherwise you've got no chance.
McMahon. Beardsley, just getting there a fraction before Adams. Houghton. Rush. And now Quinn can bring it away. Smith is offside at the moment. Quinn's got to hold on to it. The boot was stuck out there by Staunton. Dixon getting back under a lot of pressure from McMahon and gets the corner. So Liverpool's corner. Taken by Staunton. Now Barnes. Trying to dummy a yard out of Dixon. Rush just a fraction too high for Rush. A lovely piece of play by Barnes. It looked almost impossible that he could get that ball across, but he found enough space to do it, and it was a devastating cross as well. Rush again. McMahon driving it! Steve McMahon. Only the second of the season, and Liverpool's pressure pays off at last.
Oh, what a great goal as well. I mean, we're not going to see a ball struck sweeter this season than this, are we? Super, right along the ground, giving John Lukic no chance.
Whelan, who's done so much good work. Rush holding off his man, playing it back. A very good ball played back by Rush. Here's Hussein. Barnes. Dixon to Winterburn. Adams. Winterburn. Beardsley was at him like a little terrier there. And something went on after that ball had gone away, and Steve McMahon's in some trouble now with referee Peck.
McMahon and Richardson are both Evertonians, aren't they? Both ex-Evertonians.
That's right.
They've both been at it from the off, and I think one had to go in the books sooner or later, that was for sure.
So a yellow card for Steve McMahon, following the one by Tony Adams. Beardsley in first. Barnes striding away. Rocastle after him. O'Leary after him. But Barnes gets a corner out of him and nearly finishes up in the Kop himself. That's one of the great sights in the game at the moment. Barnes in full stride, taking on people and most times outpacing them. And now getting this corner. Houghton will take it. Hussein's up from the back. And Whelan's in there too, and he's played it directly to McMahon. Stepped in by McMahon. Smith gets it away, not very far. It's with Houghton. For Beardsley, a lovely touch by Beardsley. Houghton playing it in, and O'Leary gets it away. Staunton's throw. Whelan's touch. Beardsley. Over the top. Jimmy Greaves are playing some delightful stuff in and around that penalty area. Some lovely little passing movements. And Peter Beardsley, the number 12, is really at the forefront of most of it. Here's Ray Houghton.
He's knocking some good through balls, is Peter Beardsley, and that was a good run by John Barnes, taking on David O'Leary, who does seem to be struggling a little bit.
A missile thrown into the Liverpool penalty area by Groves. There it is. Richardson trying to get in there. Rocastle's shot.
Well, that sums it up a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Trying to get in, but the whistle went in fact for a free kick to Arsenal. Well, it's the last minute of the first half, Jimmy, and it's a chance maybe for Arsenal to get themselves back on level terms. Winterburn, who's got a fantastic left foot on him. Michael Thomas is there. Kevin Richardson is there as well. It's a direct free kick. Kevin Richardson wanting that Liverpool wall back the full 10 yards. They've grudgingly given half a yard. At any rate, Winterburn shot! Well wide. And a goal kick for Liverpool. Beardsley winning it against Adams. But Dixon getting it away. Hussein for Liverpool. In comes Rocastle, supported by Thomas, supported by Richardson, but it's Barnes now. Whelan, a lovely ball. Beardsley on the far side. Rush racing through the middle. Still with Beardsley. Rush! Another chance has gone away. Oh, that was so unlike Ian Rush. And it was some splendid work by Beardsley, Jimmy Greaves.
It was indeed. It was a great ball by Steve McMahon, and I don't know what Ian was doing there. I don't think he knows himself. And great work by Peter Beardsley. A move that really did deserve a second goal.
2 minutes of injury time played. Beardsley again. Rocky Rocastle. To McMahon. Half-time whistle. Liverpool leading by 1-0. Scorer Steve McMahon after 30 minutes. We're just about ready then to start this second half. Arsenal, with David O'Leary, in fact, is still in the side. We wonder whether maybe he would come off at half-time, and indeed the bandage has gone from his ankle.
I would think he's had his sock off at half-time, and it's now firmly placed on his skin to be ripped off afterwards.
In goes Rush. And a foul on Rush by Richardson. And again, well, the referee calling the player to him and diving into his pocket for the yellow card for Kevin Richardson. It was a fairly tough challenge there on Ian Rush, who is getting some treatment now.
It does seem as though Richardson and McMahon have been at each other for the whole of the first half. I don't know whether Richardson thought that Ian Rush was Steve McMahon or what, but It's a reasonable
There's the yellow
decision.
cards. Certainly, if Arsenal did feel that Liverpool were a little bit vulnerable in the air at the back, and with their 2 6-footers up front, they haven't really tested that theory to any great extent. And they do miss the work down the flanks of Brian Marwood, and certainly Alan Smith would. Brian, sadly not here today, following the death of his father in the last few days. Our condolences to him and his family. And at the moment, Alan Hansen in the wars. It really does seem like a battlefield out there. It's one of those days today, Jimmy.
As everybody keeps getting little knocks and nicks, and here's another one. It's, yes, the inside of his eye. Just got a little nick there. I don't think Alan's going to come off for that. Here's the incident coming up now.
Good jump by Smith.
Was a good jump, actually. Difficult to see what happened. It might have been an elbow or something.
Yeah, it might have been a flailing arm or something like that, but it was certainly no blame could be attached to Alan Smith for it. Beardsley. Barnes. Weaving his way through. This is Barnes. And it was vintage Barnes as well. Rocastle. Seem to be putting Rocastle away on that left flank at the moment. Well, this is Winterburn making the break. I haven't seen many Arsenal men from the back coming forward. That time it's Whelan getting it away. And there's a free kick, and I can only think that free kick was for the foul by Burrows on the other side there against Winterburn.
I think it was. To be critical of the big two up front, and one has to be, they're not showing at all. They're not giving their midfield players or anybody who's getting the ball a target to hit.
Richardson's free kick for Arsenal. Plenty of height there in the box, but in fact it came in low, and it needed the challenge of Ronnie Whelan to get it behind for the Arsenal corner. They will surely look for the likes of Smith and Quinn here. Quinn has taken a deep position on the edge of the penalty area. Now he's making his run. Smith coming in behind him. It's Smith's header. And Perry Groves almost in there. Alan Smith in there, kicked away by Houghton. Richardson turning it back again. Liverpool not out of the wood yet. In the end, Quinn's header is gathered by Grobbelaar. Splendid piece of work by Alan Smith. And it needed Houghton at that post. And Houghton gets it away. Up to Rush. A touch for Beardsley. A touch for Barnes. Oh, and he showed it to Dixon, said, would you like a bit of it? And then took it past him. And then Dixon went down. A foul is given against the Arsenal fullback, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. 35,983, the crowd here at Anfield this afternoon. Not their biggest of the season. Foul by Dixon. Timing was wrong. Dixon's okay. Barnes' free kick. Houghton tries to get in. Whelan tries to keep it going. McMahon playing it wide. And pushed away again by Dixon. For another Liverpool corner. Not a corner. Barnes was trying to pull a fast one then, but it had in fact just gone this side of the corner flag. Good cross in there towards Rush.
It was a good cross, and
it
was an opportunity for Ian Rush, really. He got his head to it.
And now O'Leary. It's Hussein's header. Dixon. O'Leary. It's a very little header there by McMahon. And as he finds Beardsley in turn, looks for Rush. Brought down. He was a little unfortunate there, Adams. And it's a free kick for Liverpool.
Yeah, he was unlucky. I don't think you can blame Tony Adams for this. The ball was running away from both of them, actually.
Beardsley, I would have thought possibly had lost his footing just as Adams made that first challenge. I don't think it was a dive by Beardsley. But what it does, it gives Liverpool an opportunity here. Whelan, who can curl a wicked free kick, and Barnes can certainly match it. We're having a conversation now. Who's going to take it? Well, that's something Arsenal don't know. And Lukic would like to know. It's going to be Barnes. Curled brilliantly! What a fabulous free kick goal! What a glorious moment of pure football skill from John Barnes. Whelan runs over it. Barnes, in true Brazilian style, floats it inch perfect wide of Lukic. And Liverpool are 2 up. Jimmy Greaves.
Well, it's something in the game that you can make as much provision for as you want to. You can practice, you can get your line right, you can do whatever you want for hours on end. But when a flash of brilliance like that comes up, there's nothing anyone can do about it. And that's exactly what happened. It was a flash of brilliance that nobody could do a thing about. Superb effort.
John Barnes, 5 goals in his last 5 games. And each one of them sprinkled with a little bit of magic. His 11th of the season, his 10th in the league. Beardsley, nice little backward header there for Rush. Beardsley again, looking for Rush again. That time held up by O'Leary, who's knocked to the ground by that shot of Houghton. That was a cruel blow for David O'Leary. In fact, he got a good header to the first one, and then in following through, Houghton really walloped one towards goal.
Well, he got a good header to the second one, Brian.
While we're looking for David O'Leary, we also look again at that magical moment.
Everything's in order, Brian. The whole wall is perfectly lined up, the wall jump. The ball's just perfectly placed.
And Jimmy, you've got a goalkeeper in there who stands 6'4", so it's never going to be easy.
It's never going to be easy, but you could not fault the goalkeeper. He was perfectly placed as well.
Well, it won't do much, I'm sure, for Arsenal fans around the country, but anybody else who loves a little bit of football, that should really warm your afternoon. And they're taking off Niall Quinn, Arsenal. And Martin Hayes will come on. But in fact, I think O'Leary might have a problem, so...
Well, he's certainly not on his feet yet.
So Hayes is on for Quinn, that we do know.
The problem with David O'Leary, people don't realise, but when a ball is driven at that strength and it hits you in the wrong place, it can be just like a punch by a boxer. And everyone tends to think, oh, he's all right, he'll get up in a minute. But it can be that serious. And you can easily be floored by a ball because it is one heavy thing when it hits you. You can see here, I mean, the ball is powerfully struck and it's hit David O'Leary on the side of the head, and that's not a good place to be hit. No,
I mean, it's not a good place to be hit, but I suppose fortunately he was just turning away from it. If it had smashed straight into his nose and his eyes, who knows. Arsenal will also bring on their second substitute, Siggy Johnson, an Icelandic player they bought from Sheffield Wednesday, who really has become quite a cult figure with the Arsenal fans. They love him on the North Bank.
Poor old David O'Leary has had an unhappy match. He's twisted his ankle and now he's got a very bad head. It's not been one of David's better days.
Well, we wish him well. We'll bring you the news of David O'Leary just as quickly as we can get it. Siggy Johnson on. So they put Michael Thomas straight away to, there's Siggy Johnson, they put Michael Thomas to a central defensive position. Winterburn will take the free kick. Hayes. Winterburn to Hayes. Being policed over there by Burrows and by McMahon. But he got away from both of them, played the ball in for Groves, went in to find that Whelan was waiting there. Here's Richardson. The shot was deflected and Grobbelaar's handling was secure. It's been a good old game, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. It's like we've said, Brian, it's been good on his physical stuff. There has been, unfortunately, a few injuries.
Right. Groves with a throw for Arsenal.
In the main, as you're saying, the bookings are centred around two individuals anyway, be it McMahon and Richardson.
Can Richardson get on the end of this one? Can Winterburn? Oh, Winterburn was just got his finger on the trigger for that one, just as Dixon did as well. Grobbelaar plunging across his goal, but it finishes up in the pocket. It's still 2-0 to Liverpool. Struck a good ball there, Lee Dixon. His 3 goals this season have all come from the penalty spot. And the Kop reluctant to release the ball. Times have changed for Lee Dixon.
Yes, it was a good shot. It was probably a bit too far out, as you say, Brian. 12 yards is his mark.
Adams getting above Beardsley. Hayes. To Smith. Staunton's in there. Smith! And Arsenal have pulled one back with Alan Smith. An untidy goal, but a valuable one for all that. And who knows, we might get quite a finish here now.
It was a very untidy goal. It was a total mix-up, really. None of the Liverpool players going for it, and Smith got his toe to it.
So Liverpool lead 2-1. Jimmy and I were saying there looks to be no way back. Suddenly there might just be a way back for Arsenal. It's Winterburn. David Alou is now recovered in the dressing room. I'm sure his friends and family would be delighted to know in the dressing room, and he's okay. Not going to hospital. Barnes. Smith. Staunton. Barnes, away he goes again. But Smith's after him. Barnes shrugs him off. Nearly went all the way there. The referee looked towards the situation. What about the penalty? Decided otherwise.
And again, another great Barnes run, but I don't think so. I think it was just a question of losing his balance.
Two minutes left. Smith goes up. Barnes left that, and Perry Groves was very nearly in. Dixon walloped that one, and Rush now getting on to the end of this one. Tony Adams is after him. There's not a lot of support, but Beardsley is coming up quickly. Beardsley did well there. Beardsley, and a goal kick. Inside the last minute, but there will be some injury time as Rush gets away from Johnson. This is the real Rush, but that wasn't.
That really was a great run by Ian Rush. A real striker's run. It was a superb effort. Just a shame that the finish was really bad.
Goodness knows there's precious little time for them. 2-1 down to Liverpool. The long throw by Perry Groves. Beardsley with a pushing header there. Houghton getting it away to Rush. Loses it to Rocastle. McMahon gets it away. Beardsley. Only Johnson is back. Rush coming up for him. Can Beardsley do it alone? Tries to get it through to Rush. But there's an infringement, and Arsenal get a free kick. A really enjoyable game of football here at Anfield this afternoon. And a final whistle, which brings victory for Liverpool. Some small revenge from the events of last May, and a shining bonus now for Liverpool. because they go back to the top of the table on goal difference. McMahon and a splendid goal by Barnes, their scorers. Alan Smith, the scorer for Arsenal.